Hey, this is JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's April 15th, 2026. We are in the start of our next storm cycle here. It's already beginning in the western mountains, and we're looking to pick up a good, healthy foot among most of the mountains above 7,000 feet. It's already snowing again at Bogus. Storm board is active. And over in the Sawtooth, we could see some big flakes in the Smiley Creek area. It looks like it might be already changing over the rain by the hatchery towards Stanley. And that looks like it's going to be the case today. It's going to start out with snow and move towards rain and then change back to snow. We got this big area of low pressure with a cold front coming through. Currently, that cold front's going to pass through tonight. And as that cold front passes through, this is a map of how cold the temperatures are going to get. You can see on Friday, it really starts getting cold, and then we rebound again Saturday into Sunday as that ridge of high pressure comes. So we are going to see temps in the low 50s today for the Wood River Valley and then get down into the low 40s. Going to have a really hard freeze Friday night, Thursday night into Friday, down into the 20s, and then we will start coming back up. It won't be till Monday where we'll get out of that overnight freeze and just be in kind of the light freeze mode. So thinking about plants out there. Looking at the her's looking pretty eventful today. You're getting some rain starting out in the Wood River Valley here. You can see this swath here starting around 10 a.m. Some heavy sections, and it's already obviously started up in the Sawtooth and the western mountains, and you can see this big band of moisture, heavy moisture coming through. That's our cold front, so it's going to sweep through with gusty winds, and that looks like it's going to hit around in between 6 p.m. and midnight. And you can see ahead of that, there's definitely lots of intense precip happening. And then as that comes through, it's kind of hitting with force and then going to exit fairly quickly. So the snow line will rise up. Actually, I'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about thunder potential. As we near that cold front passage around 6 p.m., you can see our chances of lightning and thunder pick up anywhere from 30 to 60% chance. And that's going to be mostly around dinner time into sunset time frame. All right, getting in the snow amount. So as I was saying, you can see in the Wood River Valley, most of this is going to be rain today, and it's not going to switch over until that cold front comes through, and the temperatures are going to plummet pretty fast. But you can see in the mountains above that rain line, which might climb upwards of 7,500 feet today, right before that cold front comes through. You can see anywhere from 8 to 12 inches across the higher elevations. Baker Lake, the Pioneers, the Sawtooth, Banner Summit, about half the amount for Morris Creek and Trinity as their lower elevation. All those higher elevations are going to pick up close to a foot. By tomorrow, they should pick up, or tonight into tomorrow, they should be well around a foot of snow. And you can see that the snow changes down to the lower elevation. Haley could pick up about a trace of snow, a little bit more potential towards Ketchum as you grow in the elevation. And Stanley looks like it could pick up 2 to 3 inches tonight, depending on when that changes back over to snow. All right, snow amounts. Just look at this on the MBM forecast. different way of looking at it. Let's zoom in here. So yeah, the sawtooth crest could pick upwards of 2 feet. The NWS Pokey was not saying as much. I think this could be kind of a wetter storm with that higher snow line. But you could see a lot of the upper elevations picking up a healthy foot out of this storm. I'm not going to look at that. Play out the GFS here for you. This is our system coming through. Pretty tight gradient with this, with that warm air that's in place now and that cool air coming in behind it. Makes for some windy conditions. So we're going to have some windy southwest gusts today. I think it was gusting up to 30 in the mountains. I'm going to be able to move some of that snow around. And that low moves through. By Friday, it clears out and we build that ridge of high pressure for the weekend. You can see another low coming towards the coast. Looks like it's about to do the same thing, but then it detaches from the jet stream and just stays out there as a closed low. So that can kind of just feed moisture into us. It doesn't look like at this point it's going to be too dramatic until it comes on shore maybe, but still active weather pattern there. Looking at the MBM models for bench lake height, 10 inches by tomorrow morning with about an inch of water, so that's sitting about 10% slightly moist snowpack. As far as density goes, if you look at it for a little higher elevation, this is sitting better at 8%. That's usually a pretty normal light snowpack or snowstorm for us as far as density goes. And Titus is about the same with that elevation, about 10 inches. So definitely looking like less as you travel south. It'll definitely be hitting the western side of the mountains a little bit harder, but this does look like it's going to do a little bit better as far as coverage goes. Let me get back to that original map. As far as coverage goes in the mountains, I think there is going to be a little bit more in the eastern mountains to pick up out of this one compared to what came through on, what was that, Monday, Tuesday storm.